live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the State in History, AKTDH. I am Alexander. You are you. We will be joined by the Golden Moon here soonly. Sooner rather than later, as per usual. Today is, of course, Thursday, aka Thursday, May 28th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important occurrences that happen on this calendar date throughout the annals of recorded history. I'm a little out of breath, just ran up the stairs, so yeah. Anyway, let's see here. We have a 36-page document, but a lot of that, as you can see, this is all the same article saying the same thing 3 different times in slightly different ways. So don't let the 36 number, fool you. It's more like a 23 or something page document. Anyway, let's get on with the show, shall we? Starting us off in 585 BC. We have a solar eclipse, as predicted by Greek philosopher Thales, while Lydians were at war with the Medes, leading to a truce, one of the cardinal dates from which other dates are calculated. So by that this event happened at this time, on this date, and yada yada, and then they revolve everything else around that loosely, as an anchor point. So, moving on up to 621, Battle of Hualo, Li Shimin, the son of the Chinese Emperor Gaozu, defeated the numerically superior forces of Du Jiandi near the Hualo, the Hulao Pass, or in Henan. This victory decided the outcome of the civil war that followed the Sui dynasty's collapse in favor of the Tang dynasty. Tang, the other orange juice. 1037, Holy Roman Emperor Conrad II removed Constitutio the Feudis, and now it's edited to say that he decreed the law Constitutio de Feudis to regulate feudal contracts. So we went from removing it to decreeing it. So that's a little interesting there. 1242, Avionnet massacre. A group of Cathars with the probable connivance of County Raymond VII of Toulouse murdered the Inquisitor William Arnaud and 11 of his companions. Wow. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Doing good.
Aside from all the gas that's affecting both of us. So
I know.
So if you out there hear like a ripping fart, like it's one of us, or maybe it's you. I don't know. Hey. 3049.
I'm gonna give him room just in case he blows.
Waft. 3049, we have the Black Death Massacre. 60 Jews were murdered in Breslau, Silesia, part of a wave of pogroms across Western Europe. So, this was part of the whole thing about them accusing the Jews of poisoning the wells, of bringing, all that stuff. Yeah. Which it happens so many times, as we've said, time and time, like every day now it seems like we always talk about this subject. Because every day we have, like, Jew articles, 1358. Date Liu at Oise began French Boer uprising. So at the village of Saint Lieu de Serrant. Okay. 1431, Joan of Arc was accused of relapsing into heresy by donning male clothing again, providing justification for her execution.
Jeez.
Wow. That's really wild, because we have a later on in the show, there's an article talking about legalizing women to wear pants.
Oh.
Yeah. So 1588, King Philip II dispatched the Spanish Armada under the Duke of Medina Sidonia from Lisbon, Portugal, to invade England. So with 130 ships and 30,000 men, it took until May 30th for all the ships to leave the port.
Ooh.
So, that's just 2 days. So, but still, that's a lot of ships.
Yeah. 2 days just to leave?
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah. 1608, Claudio Monteverdi's now mostly lost opera Ariana premiered at a royal wedding in Mantua. It's telling me to look this up here really quick, so I'm going to do that just a surface level. Ariana.
Ariana, thank you.
Yeah. Or La Ariana.
Oh.
Well, it's said here is Ariana.
That's what I've heard of Ariana.
Yeah. Well, Ariana Grande.
That would be the Ariana.
La Ariana? Oh, okay.
Would be the Ariana.
All right. I'm gonna throw this into the Ariana. This link will be in the underbar of the description below after the live stream. We already have some things down there though that are pretty cool if you'd like to check that out. 1731, all Hebrew books in Papal states were confiscated. And the Papal, papacy, Christian, Catholics. 1742, the first indoor swimming pool opened at Goodman's Fields in London. It's pretty cool. Now, I actually have an image. Now, this, I'm not sure if this is the real image. It kind of looks like AI the more I look at it. And it looks very elegant, very opulent, very modern.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, you know, the big glass ceiling and roof and everything right there. So, but I do have other images here. This might have been it. This looks more, you know, correct. In 1742, an indoor pool.
Well, it depends on how opulent. You know, if it was for kings and queens, it'd be like the first one.
True. 1754, we have the Battle of Jumonville Glen. Forces led by George Washington killed French-Canadian officer Joseph Coldoun de Jumonville. So during the French and Indian War, in the first engagement of the war, Virginia militia under the 22-year-old Lieutenant Colonel George Washington defeated a French reconnaissance party in the Battle of Jumonville Glen in what is now Fayette County in southwestern Pennsylvania. 22-year-old Lieutenant Colonel George Washington. He was serving for the British at the time, though. So, 1802, in Guadalupe, 400 rebellious slaves led by Louis Delgray blew themselves up rather than submit to Napoleon's troops. Yep. 1818, we have a Walk in Water. The first steam vessel to sail Lake Erie was launched. So that was the name of the ship, the Walk in Water.
Walk in the water.
Walk in the Water. It's an interesting looking boat. So, what else do we got here? 1830, pardon me, U.S. President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act, a key law leading to the forced removal of the Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole tribes out of Georgia and surrounding states, setting the stage for the Cherokee Trail of Tears.
We just ripped them off.
Oh,
constantly.
Well, at least we didn't completely genocide and eliminate them and erase all of their history, and then they'll never be known. You know how many countless. So
you're just saying because we weren't worse?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that what we did was terrible. Okay. And I bring this up all. I've never, ever once said what we did was not terrible. But
no, I got that.
But I'm always
looking at least on it. That's the annoying part.
Would you rather have them be completely genocided
no,
and then after the fact, oh boo hoo?
I don't want this either in our history.
Well, we can't have everything peaches and cream.
I know.
So we got to look like at the bright side of everything.
Fair enough.
You know,
fair enough.
Like
I'll take
what
that.
happened to them
I'll
sucks.
Take that.
I'm not going to say it didn't suck.
No,
but
I know
it could have been.
not.
It could have been better, but it could have been worse. Yeah. You know, look at the silver lining. If all we're going to do is look at the doom and gloom, then we're going to have very miserable lives. So, 1845, fire in Quebec, Canada. 1,500 houses were destroyed. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. 1863, the 1st Black Regiment, the 54th Massachusetts, left Boston to fight in the U.S. Civil War. You know, they want to fight for us, let them do it.
Yeah.
You know, equality.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. 1871, Paris Communards revolt put down, so the French army recaptured Paris as last Communard soldiers surrendered. So the Paris Commune fell after 2 months. So it must have been one of their revolutions and everything.
I guess.
1889, Edouard and Andre Michelin incorporated the Michelin Tire Company.
Oh, wow, that goes way back.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Are you kidding me?
No. 1880.
Look at that. I mean, look at the float or whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, like they have the Michelin Tire Man actually made out of tires.
Well, he's still around today.
Yeah, but like he looks like a giant marshmallow guy.
Yeah, now.
Because they don't have the treads. Like here they made him black and they put him treads, and he actually looks like a man made of tires.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the one today looks like the freaking Stay Puft Marshmallow guy. Like people couldn't figure it out. Like, and a lot of people don't realize that the Michelin, you know, the tire company, created the Michelin star restaurant system because it tied in. Like they're trying to. It was a way to entice people to do road trips. Well, you do road trips, you do wear and tear on your tires. Business.
So what is the Michelin star?
Well, you've heard of like Gordon Ramsay's at like a Michelin star restaurants.
No, I haven't heard of Michelin star restaurants.
Wow.
That's what I'm asking.
Okay, hold on a second.
Never heard
What
of it.
is a Michelin star restaurant? It's like very fancy and everything.
Oh, okay.
Basically. What is a Michelin star? Put simply, we awarded Michelin stars to restaurants offering outstanding cooking. What is outstanding cooking? We take into account 5 universal criteria: ingredient quality, harmony of flavors, the mastery of culinary techniques, how the chef's personality shines through their cuisine, and crucially, consistency across the entire menu and over time. An incredible meal could be a one-off experience where after those restaurants that deliver the same standard every time.
So this could be it's like a gold star, but it's a Michelin star.
It's essentially, yes, and it's Michelin because it is the Michelin Tire Company.
I see.
Because
it sponsors it.
Well, no, the whole point was to give ratings to entice people to go out and cause wear and tear on their tires, and then you have customers. So.
Gotcha.
1890, Joseph Derby jumped a record 14 feet 2 inches in a single jump with weights. What? That's what?
I have no idea.
He jumped a record 14 feet 2 inches in a single jump with weights. So is he like vertical
jump?
or like?
Well, he's not going up 14 feet. No.
Well,
but jumping out 14 feet, that's still
with weights. That's wild.
Good grief.
1892, Sierra Club formed by John Muir and others in San Francisco for conservation of nature. Of course, San Fran.
Damn Sierra Club.
Yep.
Gone over the top. Sorry.
Well, what's going on with them?
Well, no, nothing serious. Just over the years.
Well, tell me.
No, they just want to preserve. They don't want humans anywhere.
Ah, so they're one of those psychos.
This is about the Sierra Nevada.
Ah, okay.
And they want it pristine.
Well, why don't they lead by examples and eliminate themselves first? If they want zero carbon emission.
Well, they don't mind people, just not up in the Sierras.
Ah, well, they can take their snooty,
God forbid you ski up there,
Yeah. 1900, fire in Cincinnati nearly destroyed Reds grandstand. So the grandstand in League Park in Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Reds baseball team. Okay. In China, rioters provoked by boxers burned the Fengati railway station where many Belgians worked. There's a whole boxer rebellion. They were I think, or maybe actual punching boxers. I'm not sure. I would have thought that they were they put stuff in the boxes, as part of the shipping industry or whatever. Like how the Packers, the football team, is named after cheese packers.
Rioters provoked by boxers.
Well, the Boxer Rebellion.
So I don't know what that is. So it's got to be tied in, like the Boxer Rebellion or whatever it is.
Boxer Rebellion. I'm going to look this up here. Also known as the Boxer Uprising, Boxer Movement, Yehetuan Movement, or Boxer War, was an anti-foreign, anti-imperialist, and anti-Christian uprising in North China between 1899 and 1901, towards the end of the Qing Dynasty by the Society of Righteous and Harmonious Fists.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yikes. Harmonious Fists. So, so it actually was punching. Its members were known as the Boxers in English, owing to many of them practicing Chinese martial arts, which at the time were referred to as Chinese boxing. It was defeated by the 8-Nation Alliance of Foreign Powers. So, further reading on the Boxer Rebellion, please check the underbar description below. After live stream, this link will be down there. So so that's who the Boxers were.
That's already two things today I had never heard
So
of
it actually
before.
was punching people. It wasn't like people who were
well,
revolting against their horrible job conditions,
No, they're revolting, and they're called boxers.
Because they knew martial arts.
Some of them, and that's where the tag
Most
stuck.
of them, yeah. 1900, total solar eclipse occurred. 1 year later, laws against phosphor matches were enacted, inhibition white phosphorus. So Netherlands moved to ban phosphorus in matches in a step towards eradicate phosphjaw, or phosphorus necrosis. So apparently it caused some, decay or something. So, 1905, during the Russo-Japanese War, the Battle of Tsushima ended with the destruction of the Russian Baltic Fleet by Admiral Togo Hirohito and the Imperial Japanese Navy. Didn't we cover this yesterday? The battleships. I had that picture, and it was the
that one,
the one that's
outside,
1907, Autocycle Union Tours Trophy first held. The first Isle of Man TT Race Tours Trophy was held by the Autocycle Union. Charlie Collar and Rem Fowler won. So it's a motorcycle race, essentially. Well, this one was held in the Isle of Man, which has a very strange flag. But I want to image search this really quick. It's motorcycles, essentially.
Yeah.
So, although it looks like they had cars back in the day, it says Tourist Trophy, Australian. So, Jaguar, Star Jaguar. Okay. So, what else do we got here? 1912, Australian cricket spin bowler Jimmy Matthews took 2 hat-tricks on the same day in triangular tournament versus South Africa at Old Trafford. 316, 338. Only player to achieve the feat.
You just want to speak like an Aussie.
Well, I do love that, and it's also like the hat tricks. It came from cricket.
Well, that's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah. So TT.
I'm warming up to cricket. Don't know anything about it yet, but I'm warming up to it.
Well, I don't know anything about it either, but yeah.
Well, I now know if you're right. Hat trick came from cricket.
Well, I mean, I'll just look it up right here. Where did hat trick come from? A hat trick is an achievement of generally positive feat 3 times in the match. Yada yada yada. The term hat trick originated in cricket in 1858 when H. Stevenson took 3 wickets and 3 consecutive deliveries.
Wickets? Wow.
And was rewarded with a hat, so actually gave him a hat.
Yeah. Okay.
1917, racial strife in East St. Louis, Illinois. White workers marched through black neighborhoods, beating people and burning some buildings. State governor called in National Guard to restore order. Bless you.
Thank you.
This is the only time where like a neighborhood got burned down. Well, not the only time, but like no. Like this is the first time I hear about like whites burning down an entire neighborhood like that out of like them, now they were doing it to attack the blacks and everything, but whenever you hear about especially modern times like the Ferguson riots,
Watts riots,
Kenosha, I think Kenosha. Why does the name sound familiar? Kenosha?
Oh, there is a Kenosha. I don't know about riots.
But wasn't there a Kenosha riot? Hold on, let me look this up here.
I've ever heard of.
Kenosha riots. Pretty sure there were. Yeah, Kenosha unrest. Oh yeah, in 2020. There was a whole BLM thing. It looks like that's the Black Power fist right there.
The Watts riots were one of the first big ones in modern era in LA.
Yeah, but then the point I'm making is they always burn down their own neighborhoods and just destroy everything, and then they wonder why they have so many negative stereotypes.
Or why their Ralph's or whatever got burned down, and why did they build it back? Gee, I wonder.
Oh, they didn't build it back because white supremacy. They racist, 1918, Azerbaijan gained independence and declared itself a democratic republic. All right. 1923, U.S. Attorney General said it is illegal for women to wear trousers. Oh, it is legal, so not illegal.
There you go.
Legal for women to wear trousers anywhere. And that's the article I was talking about earlier. I was like, wait a minute, what am I talking about? Illegal? No, legal. There is no ill before that. 1 century ago, 1926, military coup by General Manuel Gomes da Costa in Portugal. So the May 28th, 1926 coup d'etat, Ditadura Nacional was established in Portugal to suppress the unrest of the First Republic. 26 as well, U.S. Customs Court created by Congress. The Board of General Appraisers was designated as a U.S. Customs Court by Congress, so it was already there. They just renamed it. So this sounds like the way that they initially, the primary source, they said that it was created, like legitimately.
Yeah.
Where was it? Oh no! They edited it. Okay, so never mind.
Now go back. Hold on. Go back to the women's pants. Did it say illegal or legal?
Legal. It is legal. They can. Legally, Legar. There was no illegal.
Okay.
So, 26 as well. 27. Hammond scored his 1,000th cricket run of the season after 22 days. You're running 1,000 times in 22 days? That's too much. What the hell? 365 days later, 1928, U.S. automobile makers Dodge Brothers Inc. and Chrysler Corporation merged.
Yeah. Dodge Chrysler.
Oh, it's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do just that. Let's see here. Kenosha riots.
They're still together today, Dodge and Chrysler.
Yeah, like isn't one like a higher quality or something? Or actually, we have their logos throughout the years. Okay, so that's Chrysler, and then, well, this is just Chrysler. Okay, yeah. Oh, here we go. $450 million stock involved in merger. Consolidated Chrysler Dodge organization will be third in auto world, tailing only General Motors, aka Government Motors, and Ford. A new combined rumored in deal for affiliation with General Motors with Walter P. Chrysler slated as new president. Oh, wow. So General Motors is involved with this too now, it sounds like. Okay. 1929. First all-color talking picture On with the Show exhibited in New York City. On with the Show. I see that every morning. Well, in the beginning of the show. 32, Netherlands closed off the Zuiderzee, a new system of dams and dikes to reclaim land and provide flood protection. The country's largest hydraulic engineering project of the 20th century.
Wow.
So I guess, like, with these dams, they closed off this area to prevent it from getting flooded. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're reclaiming land.
Yeah. 34, near Callender, Ontario, the Dione quintuplets were born to Olivia and Elizur Dione, later becoming the first quintuplets to survive infancy. So Canadians. 36, Alan Turing submitted On Computable Numbers for publication, in which he set out the theoretical basis for modern computers. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to image search this. I'm just going to read this here. In it, he described a universal machine as an abstraction able to solve any mathematical problem that could be presented in symbolic form. It would become the most famous theoretical paper in the history of computing. He was 24.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, wow indeed. Like, what happened to intelligent people? Like, everybody's just sucked into their phones now. Or maybe that's the whole point. The elites don't want intelligent people. 37, Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco opened to vehicular traffic.
So
we
talked
covered
about foot traffic yesterday.
Yeah, we talked about the anniversary the day or so before that even.
Yeah.
We also had Neville Chamberlain became Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Oh, man.
Now, I have something else I never knew, but in 37 as well, so the same day that Neville Chamberlain became Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Volkswagen, the German automobile manufacturer, was founded.
Yeah.
And who was behind that?
Hitler.
And who kowtowed to Hitler?
Yeah, Neville Chamberlain.
So I'm seeing a link here,
Well, he didn't kowtow to him. He got peace in our time because he had a signed piece of paper. What an idiot.
I just find it, really interesting because I wonder if Elon Musk Tesla's cars are linked to Biden in any way. Like the same year Biden became vice president, did Tesla launch? Because then that would start telling me some things.
Tesla's been around longer than that.
No.
Yeah.
2008?
Well, no, he was.
2008
Biden became president in 16.
I said
20.
vice president.
Oh, vice president. Okay.
Yes. Because I know he was president in 2020, 2024. He was vice president from 2008 to 2016.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He was Obama's vice president the whole time, right?
8 years, yeah.
Okay. I just found that really interesting, and I want to showcase. Look at the evolution of the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
What do you see in the first one? Do you see anything interesting?
Not that I can see.
A swastika.
Where's a swastika?
Do you not see the swastika?
No, I do not.
You don't see the swastika right here. It's a curved swastika.
I don't see a swastika at all.
Really? Like, you don't see that?
No. I don't.
I am flabbergasted. But then they changed it 2 years later to this like Soviet-looking thing, like the People's Cog or something. You don't see the swastika in that.
Yeah, I do now.
Okay. Because I short of drawing it, I don't know how else to point it out.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to draw a swastika on a live stream.
No, but it's a bent curve.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's supposed to look like a propeller, you know.
that's what it looks
but it's
like.
also a swastika. So
Hidden in there.
Yeah. 38, foundation for Tel Aviv Harbor was laid. Pretty cool. 1940, Belgium surrendered to Germany. King Leopold III gave himself up only after 18 days of intense fighting. Hey, they stood their ground, you know.
Yeah.
They tried. 1940, British-French troops captured Narvik, Norway. So Norwegian, French, Polish, and British forces recaptured Narvik in Norway. This was the first Allied infantry victory of the war.
Wow.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah, and the second, the second article told me, or the second source told me all the people involved and that it was the first infantry.
Yeah,
Primary article didn't say shit.
No.
41, the first night game at Griffith Stadium in Washington D.C. New York Yankees pipped the Senators 6-5. That's a word. Pip the Senators. Like, I've never heard it used like that. Heard of pip boys and whatnot. Have you ever heard of that term?
Cheerio, pip, pip. That's all I've ever heard about.
Apparently, it's a term of defeat or something. They pipped him. I don't know.
No,
That's weird.
It's not. Pip, pip, hooray. You know what is?
Well, this says New York Yankees pipped the Senators.
I
Well,
know.
then again, this is a British source, so maybe this is some British slang or something.
What does pip pip hooray mean?
Well, it's a cheer.
I know. So
Well,
maybe
first off,
that's-
it's hip hip hooray.
Huh?
It's hip hip hooray.
I thought it was pip.
You're thinking pip pip cheerio.
Okay.
But, like...
Pip pip hooray. Okay.
Yeah. 41 as well, Allied troops began the evacuation of Crete. 42, 1,800 Czechs were murdered by Nazi forces following an assassination attempt on Nazi leader Reinhard Heydrich in Prague. Yeah, they'll clap back on you. Loons time, 1946, first night game at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, man.
Senators 2, Yankees 1. Oh, the Yankees
Remember that
lost.
game? I was there.
You may have been. Like, although, I don't know how in the foggiest you could have gone there within your first year all the way from British Columbia. Like, I cannot see Walter and Elva flying 3,000 miles to go watch a game with their several-month-old son. So, you are Canadian, all you
left
people.
my brother at home.
Well, that's true. He was around as well. 46, U.S. patent filed for a hydrogen bomb.
Ooh.
You know, I don't think... Okay. What's the point of a patent?
Yeah, you have exclusive rights, exclusivity.
You really think somebody making a hydrogen bomb is gonna be like, oh, they patented, oh, never mind. Like,
And
are
the
you out of
irony
your
is you
fucking mind?
gotta expose how you do it
Wow!
to get the patent.
You're right! Holy shit, what is our government doing?
Oh God.
I mean, like, you can technically look up how to make a nuclear bomb on Google. People have done that. So, but yeah, it's patent number S5292X. If anybody, for some reason, wants to learn how to make a hydrogen bomb. What the fuck? 1948, Israeli Air Force was officially founded shortly after the start of the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. And 48 as well, Daniel Francois Milan was elected Prime Minister of South Africa. He later went on to implement apartheid. I could have sworn apartheid was around since, like, earlier than that. Like,
I would have thought so too.
when did apartheid start? When did apartheid start? Apartheid. Apartheid was a system of institutional racial segregation. Yeah, 1948 to the 1990s. Okay,
Wow.
so, Well, I mean, like, I guess before they actually had laws, they just...
I think it was formally made then. I think
Yes.
it's been going on a long time before that.
Oh, absolutely. So, 48 as well. Okay, we got that one. 51, after starting MLB career going 0-for-12, New York Giants Willie Mays connected for his first Major League home run in a 4-1 loss to the Boston Braves at the Polo Grounds, New York City.
So
He's just
was the
getting his
only one that
ass
scored a
kicked.
run.
Wow.
He hit a home run. That was the only run they scored.
Wow.
But 0-for-12, no way to start your...
That's terrible.
Yeah.
51, the radio program Crazy People. Hey, that's about us. Later titled The Goon Show, premiered on the BBC, created by Spike Milligan. Okay. 52, Memphis Kiddie Park opened in Brooklyn, Ohio. The park's Little Dipper roller coaster would become the oldest operating steel roller coaster in North America. All right. And we're not there yet, so let's take a look at this, see if there's an image. Oh yeah, so this, the Little Dipper right here. So you just go up, and it's one of these. Nowadays, it would be a kiddie ride.
Well, it's still it was even then a kiddie ride.
No, not in 52.
Sure, it's just...
The oldest operating steel roller coaster?
Yeah, but it's the Little Dipper. It's a small one.
Yeah, okay, I guess so. I would have presumed, like, you know, to be, like, a bigger attraction. 52, the women of Greece were given the right to vote. Excellent. 1 year later, premiere of the first animated 3D cartoon in Technicolor, Melody. So by Walt Disney.
Walt Disney, okay.
Yeah. 56, Eisenhower signed a farm bill allowing government to store agricultural surplus. So the Agricultural Act of 1956, allowing government to store post-war agricultural surplus, and I believe that's expanded. Have you heard of the cheese factories? Or not the factories, but the cheese caves. U.S. cheese caves.
We had a huge cheese giveaway many years ago.
Well, they still have all that stuff. Government cheese is processed cheese, yada. Like, they store them in caves somewhere. I was not telling me much in here. Inside the government cheese vault that holds 1.4 billion something. Where is it? It said something about more than 1 billion pounds of cheese in the caves.
What do you need all this cheese for?
Well, like they made it for wartime or something, or there's a whole story behind it. And to this day, like this is where American cheese, Velveeta and everything comes from. They're digging into this cheese surplus that's been sitting there for 50-something years.
Wow.
They're not actually making new cheese, like for this stuff. Like yeah, they made up like a massive. There's a whole story behind it. Actually, like I've seen it on YouTube, story behind government cheese caves. Let's see. Okay, yeah, the fat electrician. This is the one I saw, I believe. No, I guess not. I saw something, but he makes a good show. So, cheese caves. I'm gonna add this video down there. Maybe it says it gets into what I was thinking of earlier. Moving on up, 1956, Pittsburgh Pirates' Dale Long became the first to hit home runs in 8 straight games, a record for literally everything, freaking baseball. First to hit a home run in 8 straight games. Like, what are they gonna do? Like now, the person to blink the most, the person to blink the least, the person to take a shit on 4 o'clock on Tuesday when the sun is wet. Like, when does it end? 57, National League approved baseball's Brooklyn Dodgers and New York Giants move to the U.S. West Coast.
Yeah.
Yep. 58.
Welcome, Dodgers. Welcome,
Yep.
Dodgers.
The 1958 French government of Prime Minister Pierre Plevin resigned. 200,000 people demonstrated against Charles de Gaulle. Poor de Gaulle. We also have during the Cuban Revolution, Fidel Castro's 26th of July movement, heavily reinforced by Frank Pius militia, overwhelmed an army post in El Uvero. 1959, monkeys Abel and Baker zoom 300 miles or 500 kilometers into space on the Jupiter missile, becoming the first animals retrieved from a space mission. Okay, so they did. They returned safely to Earth. So that's pretty cool, according to other sources. That's weird. Other source says they returned safely to Earth. Primary source just skips that and says that they were retrieved alive. But from where? You didn't say they came from Earth. What, did we send another rocket to get them and to come bring them back? What the hell? 61, Amnesty International, founded in London, Nobel Peace Prize, 1977, founded by lawyer Peter Benenson. So anything involving a lawyer, never trust. 1961 as well, the last trip from Paris to Bucharest on the Orient Express after 78 years. So we covered the Orient Express a couple of times and everything. And, they come and go. Like, they come back for short stays. Didn't we look it up the other day? That they're coming back like this year or something for one run. Yeah. 61 as well, Peter Benenson's article, The Forgotten Prisoners, was published in several internationally read newspapers. This will later be thought to be as the founding of the human rights organization Amnesty International. We already covered this, earlier, so what the hell? Let me add this part of the whole Amnesty International thing, so... 62, a suit alleging the de facto school segregation was filed in Rochester, New York. Whoa. Okay. So they're trying to get rid of it, right? By the sounds like?
Yeah.
Okay. You also have a U.S. stock market dropped $20.8 billion in a single day. Whoa. What is going on? 1962.
62 money.
Yeah. Should I even bother looking that up? How many zeros before it doesn't matter anymore? Yeah. 62 as well, The Wide World of Sports with Chris Schenkel premiered on CBS Radio.
Well, radio, okay.
Yeah, didn't it become a TV thing, The Wide World of Sports?
Wide World of Sports came on, I think, every Sunday.
Yeah. 63, a cyclone hit Chittagong in Bangladesh. Around 1 million houses were destroyed and 11,000 people were injured. More than 11,000 people were injured, but it also says destroying more than 376,000 houses. Well, I mean, It's not wrong about 1 million houses were destroyed from primary source. Well, primary source, no, they edited, they brought it down. Primary source used to say 1 million houses, now it says 376.
Okay.
So that's
same as the second source.
Well, no, there was no second source.
Oh.
No, this is what primary source used to be.
Okay.
And then this is what it was edited into.
Okay.
And then every now and then I have my secondary source right here. You see the exclamation point?
Yeah.
When primary source is edited in any way, it's always a tilde and an exclamation point. You see how like Palestine National Congress, Palestine Liberation.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting to there in a minute here. 63, estimated 22,000 died in a cyclone in the Bay of Bengal, India. This has to be the same cyclone we were talking about because Bangladesh is in India, right? Bangladesh?
I'm thinking. Yeah, it's got to be.
I believe so. Let's look it up. Bangladesh. People's Republic of Bangladesh. Oh, it's a country. Okay. So never, it's not in India. Well, it's over by India.
It's in the neighborhood for sure.
It's by India, yeah. I thought it was a city. It's a country. Okay, my bad. But yeah, so this is like, so the first one was talking about Bangladesh. Now it's talking about India. So estimated 22,000 died and around 500,000 homeless after severe cyclone hit the Bay of Bengal in India. So these are both two articles of the same event. 64, Dmitry Shostakovich completed his 9th string quartet. It's like, why are we talking about, who cares about this 9th string quartet? You know? Well, we're going to be talking about him again twice, very soon here. So I was going to skip over it, but then I saw, you know, we had 2 more. So he had 3 things on the same date, just several years apart from each other. Pretty wild. And you remember who he was, right? Dmitry Shostakovich?
No.
The one man that Stalin couldn't kill?
Oh, okay.
He was a composer?
Yeah.
64, Palestine National Congress formed the PLO in Jerusalem. Now it says the Palestine Liberation Organization, the PLO, was established at the first Palestine National Congress in East Jerusalem, with Yasser Arafat elected as its first leader. We also have Jawaharlal Nehru was cremated in New Delhi, so he was the first Prime Minister of India. And then 64, unmanned Apollo 2 Saturn test launch into Earth orbit. So the Saturn 101 test launch for the first boilerplate Apollo spacecraft into low Earth orbit. So I guess testing the re-entry system of the capsule.
Is it gonna burn up?
Yeah. 65, a fire and explosion at Dori mine in Dhanabad, India killed 400 miners. Jeez. 66, Dmitry Shostakovich's 11th string quartet premiered in Leningrad, and 1 year later, Dmitry Shostakovich completed his 2nd violin concerts. Wow. So he's going all over the place. Yeah. 67 as well, Francis Chichester arrived at home in Plymouth from round-the-world trip. So sailor Francis Chichester arrived home in Plymouth, England, after circumnavigating the globe solo in his yacht Gypsy Moth IV, the first to do so.
Wow, that's a little more.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was updated
specific,
to. Yeah. Like, because you can see, you know, I'm reading it chronologically. Like, this is what it used to say. Then they edited it.
I got it.
So yeah. Well, I was showing the viewers as well, because you can see the other monitor, they can't. So
okay.
That's why they can only see here.
Yeah.
You know? 68, Fantasy Records released a self-titled debut album by U.S. rock band Creedence Clearwater Revival, featuring their first hit single, a cover of Dale Hawkins' Susie Q.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. MLB American League announced it is splitting into 2 divisions. The New York Giants, or the New York National League granted San Diego Padres a franchise. Why couldn't I read that right? I'm seeing NL, I'm trying to say it as New York. MLB NL, Major League Baseball National League, granted San Diego Padres a franchise. 1970, the formerly United Free University of Brussels officially split into 2 separate entities, the French-speaking Université Libre de Bruxelles and the Dutch-speaking Vrije Universiteit Brussels. What the hell? You know, those names, dude.
Wow.
Like, you have elegant, luxurious, and then you have this that almost sounds like German. 1971, USSR Mars 3 was launched, the first spacecraft to soft land on Mars, and that's it right there. Okay. Presumably on Mars, right there. And it did so on December 2nd. So this is when it was launched, and it landed on December 2nd. So keep your eyes peeled if you remember this on December 2nd. You know, excellent memory. So 72, White House plumbers first broke into the Democratic National Headquarters and installed listening devices at Watergate Complex in Washington, D.C.
Nixon.
Yep. Chicago White Sox 1 year later defeated Cleveland Indians 6-3 in 21 innings. The game had started 2 days ago. So they weren't playing the old time. You know, this is when you said, like, you know, they postpone it and then they pick it back up next time or something. 1975, Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, was established by the Treaty of Lagos. 15 West African countries signed it, creating the Economic Community of West African States. So we have right here, we have Senegal, the Gambia, Cape Verde, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ivory Coast, or Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Mali, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, and Niger. Remember Benin? We were talking about Benin. It's that little, like, the country that looks like...
Yeah.
It's that one country that looks like a battleship peg piece, you know? So...
I don't know about the battleship peg piece.
Like you know, like, or I guess more like a,
like a key.
A Game of Life peg piece.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, I got what you're saying. You put it in your car.
Yeah. This is what I'm thinking about, the battleship peg piece. These little things. It kind of looked like that. I mean, like, you can see how, like, it was bigger at the top and skinnier at the bottom. But it actually looks more like Game of Life peg piece because they're round. You see, like, that looks more like...
Yeah.
It goes from wide to skinnier to skinnier. So... But anyway, moving on from comparing, you know, West African nations to, you know, board game pieces. 1977, Beverly Hills Supper Club fire in Southgate, Kentucky killed 168 people. Now we have other source says 165 got killed inside. 77, Sting, Stuart Copeland, and Andy Summers performed together for the first time, backing Mike Howlett at a show in Paris, France. Summers was invited to join the police. The band, not the law enforcement.
Yes.
So, 79, European market accepted Greece as a member. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I mean, didn't Greece drag the entire EU down and everything with their horrible economy, and they like completely killed the euro for a while? Weren't they a serious problem?
They had to make a huge effort to get the economic numbers up so they could qualify to join.
Yeah.
So
they were already joined, but then they started like taking a shit and dragging down all of the EU with them.
They may have.
I remember that. So it says here, other source, Konstantinos Karamanlis signed the full treaty of the accession of Greece with the European Economic Community. 1980 as well, 2 Oakland A's players stole home in first inning.
Oh.
Wow.
That's unusual.
And Joe Darby did a standing long jump of 12 feet 5 inches. Standing long jump.
Wow.
What does that mean? Like, was he just standing and just jumped? Like,
yeah, you're
like, standing
at the, you know, it's a, instead of sometimes they run and then they jump into the sand pit, you know, stretch out and hit
so
the
you're
sand.
telling me this guy without momentum jumped 12 and a half feet?
Standing long jump, you had 12 and a half feet, yeah.
How is that
I don't
physically
know.
possible?
He stands there and does this. And then goes.
He must have had legs like a grasshopper or something, man. That's ridiculous.
There's a picture of it right there.
Well, that's
a running one.
No, he has a fake leg.
Oh.
He has one of those boing boing legs.
Oh.
You see that?
Yeah.
Although, it looks like they have parts of his old leg here, and that's his foot. I don't know. The whole thing looks weird.
Picture.
This looks like he's about ready to eat shit. What else do we got here? 1982, Pope John Paul II was the first reigning pope to visit Great Britain. Adrian IV was born in England as Nicholas Breakspere. Okay. I guess that was a different pope? Because John Paul II, his original name wasn't Adrian IV, and he was not born in England. John Paul II was born in Poland. Yeah, he was in Soviet-occupied Poland.
Yeah.
Actually, he was born in 1920. He was there, I think, when the Nazis invaded, and then when the Russians invaded. Well, like, they both invaded, like, and split the country, so... Yeah. 83, rock guitarist Slash first heard Axl Rose singing with the band Rapid Fire at Gazzari's on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles, California. 84, George Soros founded the Soros Foundation Budapest to help countries free themselves from communism. No, under his communism is more like it. 85, David Jacobson was taken hostage in Beirut, Lebanon. No idea who that is, but that's a terrible area of the world, so... Yeah. 86, Democratic Labour Party won parliamentary election in Barbados with a landslide victory, winning 24 of the 27 seats. Wow. White Sox Joe Cowley set record, striking out first 7 Rangers he faced. Jeez. We also have Ao's Time, 1987, 60th U.S. National Spelling Bee. Stephanie Petit won spelling Staphylococcus. I can't even pronounce that word, let alone spell it. Wow. Good job, Stephanie. 87 as well, Matthias Russ, 18-year-old West German pilot, made unauthorized landing near Red Square, Moscow, in USSR. Now, this is a little bit of a blurry picture, but you can see the walls of the Kremlin right here.
Yeah.
So, and I'm actually going to image search this article really quick just to show, but they have it here over by is that St. Peter's Cathedral, right?
Looks like it.
Not St. Peter's Basilica, St. something Cathedral. Not James. Basil? St. Basil? I want to say.
St. Petersburg.
Oh, that was the city. I'm talking about this structure. The church.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that called, like... Because St. Peter's Basilica is in the Vatican. That's in Rome. I'm thinking about... hold on a second. Famous cathedral in Moscow. What was it called? St. Basil. It was Basil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you know, this is,
Gotcha.
you know, incredibly, famous architecturally. You know, like it's massive, colors and everything. So it's a beautiful looking structure. What else do we got here? 1987, Monitor, a Civil War warship, was discovered by a deep sea robot, and that was one of the ironclads. The CSS Monitor, I think it was. It's either USS or CS. The USS, okay, but it was also an ironclad. I believe. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, the Monitor. I think it was like the original ironclad of ours, because it's the one with the turret. While the Confederates, they had like the angled thing. You remember the movie Sahara, right?
Yeah.
Like the ironclad they found in Sahara was a Confederate ship. That's the architecture.
Ah, okay.
87, Paul Pearman jumped 21 barrels on a skateboard in Augusta. So he's setting a Guinness World Record for the longest jump from a skateboard, jumping over 21 barrels in Augusta, Georgia. We also have Southern League no-hit record. Bob Milwaukee pitched 11 and 1/3 no-hit inning. Wow. Before settling 2-1, a 12-inning win against Chattanooga Lookouts. Stacking of Discovery's SRBs was completed at the Vehicle Assembly Building. I'm only covering all these because this is all 87. There's 5 87s today. And there's like 2 or 3 46s. So we both got some pretty good stuff. 1990, longest wheelie, David Rollibard with 5 hours, 12 minutes, 33 seconds, Channel Islands. The longest bicycle wheelie. Wow. Like, how... Like, do you eat at some point? Like, how do you piss? How do you just hold it? Like, that's wild. 1991, Ethiopian rebels seized Addis Ababa during the Ethiopian Civil War. It ended as the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front, the EPRDF, seized Addis Ababa, ending both the Derg regime in Ethiopia and the Ethiopian Civil War. All right. 1993, 200,000 people demonstrated against mafia terror. So they protested in Florence, Italy against the Sicilian mafia one day after the Uffizi bombing that killed 5 people. And remember that one guy who got like obliterated by a half-ton bomb or something? The lawyer or the whatever. In Italy, like he was with his family and they got exploded by a bomb. Yeah. And he was like an attorney against the mafia, and they killed him. And then months later, his friend or something would get blown up too. 95, earthquake hit Russian town of Kharkiv, killing 2,000 people. A 7.1 earthquake hit Nefterogorsk or Khabarovsk in northern Sakhalin Island, killing about 1,989 people. And from the other source, the 7.0 MW Nefterogorsk earthquake shook the former Russian settlement of Nefterogorsk with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 9, which is violent. Total damage is between $64.1 and $300 million. That's a heck of a discrepancy. With 1,989 deaths and 750 injured, the settlement was not rebuilt. So it's just gone. 95, southwestern Florida outside of Tampa began using new area code 941. All right. 96, U.S. President Bill Clinton's former business partners in the Whitewater land deal, James McDougall, Susan McDougall, and Arkansas Governor Jim Guy Tucker were convicted of fraud. Don't do business with the Clintons. 96, U.S. aviator Linda Finch completed Amelia Earhart's ill-fated attempt around the world flights. All right. So finally somebody did it. 97, Wallaceburg at the age of 42 was the fourth stadium to scale Mount Everest for third time. This is becoming like baseball now. Like, what the hell? 98, nuclear testing. Pakistan responded to a series of Indian nuclear tests with 5 of its own, prompting the United States, Japan, and other nations to impose economic sanctions.
Yeah, they were really worried about both those kind of hammering each other. Nuclear countries.
Yep. Other source we have, it was codenamed Changai 1, I guess, for India. Pakistan celebrated Yom-e-Takpur annually. So I don't know why it's telling us about that in a nuclear explosion article, but that's weird. 99, in Milan, Italy, after 22 years of restoration work, Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece, The Last Supper, was put back on display.
Oh, wow.
So there it is right there. I'd love to go see that in person. Beautiful work of art. 99, 2 Swedish police officers were murdered with their own firearms by bank robbers Jackie Arklov and Tony Olson after a dramatic car chase. How did they get the cops' guns?
I don't know.
2000, Walk for Reconciliation took place across the Sydney Harbour Bridge, part of Corroboree 2000, organized by the Council for Aboriginal Reconciliation. 2002, NATO declared Russia as a limited partner in the Western Alliance. All right. We also have the last steel girder was removed from the original World Trade Center site. Cleanup duties officially ended with closing ceremonies at Ground Zero in Manhattan, New York City. Yeah, we went there after this. It was what, 2004? So like, Ground Zero, it was like long cleaned up.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but
there's still a hole in the ground.
Oh yeah, I think
it
though.
had fountains and everything in it.
I think though they still did. Remember the cross I-beams?
Yeah.
I think they still had that standing for a while.
They may have.
So eventually, like they took them down, and now like I think they melted them down, and I've been watching. They're systematically trying to remove all references to them across the entire internet because it's Christian.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. 9/11 cross. I just want to show what it was. It's just a section of I-beam that just so happened to end up looking like a cross.
Yeah.
So, and like one side of it a little twisted. I mean, so I mean, it looks like it's actually still somewhere, unless these are very old photos. But I hope to God it's still around somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So yeah. What else do we got here? 2003. Peter Hollingworth became the first Governor General of Australia to resign his office as a result of criticism of his conduct. Says here, other source, Peter Hollingworth resigned as Governor General of Australia following criticism of his handling of child sexual abuse allegations during his tenure as Anglican Archbishop of Brisbane. Oh, so one of these Catholics, of course. 2004, the Iraqi Governing Council chose Ayad Alawi, a longtime anti-Saddam Hussein exile, to become Prime Minister of Iraq's interim government. That's kind of like a very, very small, like, kind of sort of thing compared to Nelson Mandela, if you think about it. This guy's anti, what's his face, Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
And he's returning from exile.
Yeah.
He didn't go to prison. He wasn't. He
got out of Dodge.
Yeah, but like in its own little way, it's kind of like a mini Nelson Mandela story. If I'm making any sense.
Yeah, you are.
So, 2005 Super Rugby Final, Christchurch, Canterbury Crusaders claimed their 5th title with a 35-25 win over the New South Wales Warriors. Don Carter landed 3 conversions with 2 penalties for the winners. 2006, Barry Bonds hit his 715th career home run, passing Babe Ruth on the MLB all-time list. But didn't he?
Is that us?
Yes, that's us. But well, you can go see
what's up.
But didn't he juice up Barry Bonds?
Yeah.
So 2008, the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly of Nepal formally declares Nepal a republic, ending the 240-year reign of the Shah dynasty. 2010, In West Bengal, India, the Januswari Express train derailment and subsequent collision killed 148 passengers. 2011, Malta voted in the introduction of divorce. The proposal was approved by 53% of voters, resulting in a law allowing divorce under certain conditions be enacted later that year. All right. 26, Harambe. Rest in peace, Harambe. A gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo was shot dead after dragging a 3-year-old boy who had slipped into his enclosure at the Cincinnati Zoo, resulting in widespread criticism and sparking various internet memes. Yeah, never forget. Everything went to shit once they killed Harambe in 2016. 2017, former Formula One driver Takuma Sato won his first Indianapolis 500, the first Japanese and Asian driver to do so. Double world champion Fernando Alonso retired from an engine issue on his first entry of the event. 2018, Coca-Cola launched its first alcoholic drink, Lemon Dew, on island of Kyushu, Japan. We also have 1 million French smokers quit in 1 year after anti-smoking measures introduced according to Public Health of France. That can all be a lie, though. 2019, Johnson & Johnson went on trial in Oklahoma accused of deceptively marketing painkillers and downplaying risks of addiction, helping create opioid epidemic. First of 2,000 cases against U.S. pharmaceutical firms. Good, and we need to completely destroy them. While you were gone, I'm just going to fill you in a little bit on what you missed. So you missed Harambe. You remember the gorilla that they shot at the Cincinnati Zoo back in 2016?
Yeah.
It happened today. So rest in peace, Harambe. They voted on divorce, and it passed in Malta. Let's see here. What else? The first Japanese and Asian driver to win the Indianapolis 500. Pretty cool. Coca-Cola launching their first alcoholic drink in Japan. 1 million French smokers quitting in 1 year, apparently after something. And then Johnson & Johnson, coming under fire, for helping create the opioid epidemic. So, moving on up 2020 as well, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani called for new protections for women after the honor killing of a 14-year-old girl by her father. Hey, I remember hearing about that. I remember covering that in the news, actually.
Yeah.
The news show back in the day. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz declared state of emergency in Minneapolis and activated the Minnesota National Guard after protests over the death of Saint Fentanyl in police custody. 2021, yeah, Tim Walz, what a freaking idiot. He has nothing going on between just, empty. 2021, discovery of a mass grave with the remains of 215 children from Kamloops Indian Residential School announced by First Nation in British Columbia, Canada. Yeah, if this is what I'm thinking of, this was a whole school where they forced, remember the whole lost children thing? The natives of Canada?
Yeah.
This was one of the facilities where they were trying to teach non-white kids white kid ways, or they were just killing them. A mass grave of 215 kids behind an Indian residential school.
Yeah.
Yikes. There's a whole
wow,
atrocities. So, 2022, at least 31 people, mostly children, died in a stampede during a church giveaway event in Port Harcourt, southern Nigeria. Wow. Well, I guess they sent them to God early. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated India's new parliament building amid a boycott by opposition parties who wanted the president to open it, not the Prime Minister. So they have a president and a Prime Minister. That's weird. Surgeons completed world's first whole eyeball transplant with a partial face transplant for a U.S. veteran lineman injured in an accident at New York University Langone Health. All right. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was re-elected after a runoff election, beating Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu with 52.14% of the vote for a historic third term. Who was at the door, by the way? Some stupid salesman?
Yeah.
Oh, the same guy from earlier?
No.
Okay. 2024, the Pope apologized for using a homophobic term in a private assembly of Italian bishops, where he reconfirmed the church's ban on gay priests. Well, who cares? It's a private thing. Dude, why are they listening in on a private thing? He doesn't have to be apologizing for a private thing. That's bullshit. Give the guy some privacy. 2025, former Albanian President Ilir Meta was charged with corruption, money laundering, tax evasion, and hiding property from authorities.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Namibia commemorated the first Genocide Remembrance Day to honor the ethnic cleansing of indigenous Herero and Nama peoples by the German colonizers in the early 1900s. Never forget. 3-judge panel on U.S. Court of International Trade unanimously ruled President Donald Trump exceeded his authority in using the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977 to justify his Liberation Day tariffs. Administration immediately appeals. Oh, what a load of horseshit. You know, if they spent half the time actually doing things that they do going after Trump, like, we would be, like, eating off of rainbows, dude. 2025, the village of Blatten in the Swiss Alps was flattened by a glacier collapse 9 days after its 300 residents and livestock were evacuated. 1 man missing. Now we have 2 things. These are today, so this is news.
Wow.
Israel launched heavy missile strikes into southern Lebanon, killing at least 16 people, including children. I don't know why you're surprised. I keep saying time and time again.
Well, they're at war with Lebanon right now.
Because they want the land. You know? Like, you know.
Well, so, Lebanon's launching rockets at them.
Because they came in and invaded their neighbors. They're trying to prevent themselves from being taken over. So, and then we also have the EU imposed a 200 million euro or 232 million US dollar fine on online retailer Temu for allowing the sale of dangerous and illegal products. Yes! Fuck Temu! Death to Temu! Yes! Yes! It's a Chinese thing. Like, you know, it's cheap ass crap. So, anyway, that shall conclude the show. We are just 1 minute over our hour, believe it or not.
Almost made
so I'm going to do the long outro. It is a lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion, you know, from 2 different sources. Where is it right here? We got through our entire 37-page documents. Not bad.
Yeah.
You know, today. So yeah, it is up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness, with a yearn to learn and see outside of what you think you know, to grow and find enlightenment. We have to find common ground with those who see their opinions differently from our own and find a better way to be better to one another. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Please check the underbar, you know, for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. These links are going to be down there in a couple of minutes and everything. For all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. And until you catch us next time, I'm just double checking to see if we have any comments. Nothing on Rumble, nothing on YouTube. And if you're still here watching, put in the comment section, Pink Spring. You know, pink spring, the color pink and the spring, you know?
Okay.
Like, just to see who's still watching, you know? Like, anyway, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Pink spring.
Well, no, it's a thing.
I got you.